Today, we were going to go over the 12 reasons to love real estate. So
many more than 12.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
we have 13 now.
Well, I think there may be a bonus one.
Bonus round.
Yeah. What is your number one, or the first one you want to talk about, Dalton?
Relationships, without a doubt. I think that's going to bring you in, and that's going to make or break pretty much everything that comes with real estate. If you're not, first of all, if you're not a talkative person, if you're not someone who enjoys the presence of others, you're going to have a hard time. That's not even a question. With the interactions that I have on a daily basis with all different types of people, it's an interesting job. It's something that I love to do because of that. You meet so many interesting people. It's so cool. And one of the coolest things is meeting people that I grew up in my neighborhood with, and all of a sudden, hey, hold on. You live there? I live down the street from there. Oh my God. Now we're talking. Now we know each other a little bit better. Now I know the neighborhood that I grew up in a little bit better. And we're selling houses. It's a great just introduction to meeting more people, and in the time of life that I'm at right now, meeting as many people as possible is such an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever withdraw it from the people after you have closing? Like they walk away and you're done with them?
A couple of people definitely. You talk with them for a month, sometimes longer, sometimes every day, sometimes every other day, and you learn a lot about them. And I've never had that time where you speak with someone to that extent, and then it's just a severe cutoff. Even with school and stuff like that. I could continue those relationships, and you try to continue the relationships too. I text a couple of the clients that I've closed with.
Cool.
Catherine's nodding her head.
Yeah.
I've said to my colleagues, is it stalking if you sit out in front of their house looking in their front window longingly?
It only is if you're,
it's hard work
like this in the front of it, you're trying to look in the window.
I miss you.
Right there.
You do.
Oh.
You build.
Hello?
You really get to know them, and you build really nice relationships. Usually, it's a fantastic. It's such a happy time for the client you're helping, and yeah,
It's exciting stuff.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right.
You're not going to cry, are you?
No, not right now. Not yet.
Just checking.
We're only on one.
I was going to say, this is only the first question.
So what about the fact that real estate's never boring?
You want to start?
Every day is different. I love that about real estate. Every day is different. Every transaction is different. Every client is different.
Yeah.
It's not the same old routine every day.
You're not sitting in a
Nothing-
cubicle and
Yep.
And I've done that. There's
Yep.
nothing mundane about your day. It's it's exciting. Sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's
smooth.
it's never smooth.
Smooth.
That's
And
an
if it
inside
is.
joke. Yeah, inside joke. Smooth.
Right.
You heard that one? You know what we're talking about?
Is this a Donald Driver reference?
No, that's Quickie.
We're throwing it back.
Was it your first transaction?
Yes.
Yeah, first transaction, and she made the comment, "This is going so smooth."
Uh-oh. Don't
And
say
then-
that
then
till
it
it's
went-
over.
It did not go smooth.
Crashed and burned.
Yeah. Lesson learned there.
Yep.
So
It
now
was
Matt teases
removed
her.
from my vocabulary.
Yeah, it's like, is it smooth?
Yeah, no, life is so common, and you find yourself getting into so many ruts, and you find yourself coming into so many patterns, and having the ability to, at every day it's going to be different, is such a huge factor, because life can get boring, and you can find yourself waking up and just not hustling, but just kind of walking through the day without really putting your mind into it, and you're putting your mind into it when you're working here.
100%. I know when we are doing, or especially me, when I'm doing interviews with people, a lot of people say that they're interested in real estate because they say the hard work that they can put in will relate to their success.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Was that something for you guys too?
Yeah. What you put in, you get out, without a question. And that was one of the biggest draws to me, is relying on myself. I've worked many jobs that are
You're not
hourly.
that old. You're not that old. How
Oh, many jobs.
Many
He
jobs.
gets,
jobs.
he gets fired a lot.
Yeah, he gets fired a lot.
We'll just skip through that.
Too mundane.
I'm not even sure where I was going with that. So, all right.
I had so many jobs. But then one of the things I love is that I'm always learning. And it's kind of part of it's never boring, but it's like there's always something new that even though I've been in the business for, I don't want to say a really long time, but a really long time. A long time. Yeah.
Almost 24. Almost 24.
Oh, I think it is 24. I think you're 25.
25 in a month.
And counting.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but
You don't look a day past 21 years.
Thank you.
yeah.
Oh, you're talking to Jen?
Both.
We luckily, mercifully, we started very young. So that helps.
Many jobs.
Many jobs.
I was
Yeah.
going somewhere with that.
We feel
Sure would
you.
have been good.
Yeah. What about another thing that I hear, which I put in quotations, is scheduling flexibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Client.
I think quotations is a great way to put that.
Yeah, because I
Sort
mean,
of.
it is, but it isn't.
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah, your client's needs, and depending upon the urgency, you may have to walk out of a party or be late to a gathering
Or
if
miss
there's
part of your child's birth.
No,
Bring the child with.
yeah.
Actually, Caden was
Really?
born already, I guess.
you didn't miss his birth.
No, he was born then. I had to leave. Did I leave before he was born, or must have been after?
Oh my goodness!
But you
I
said,
was in surgery having a C-section. You were there.
Matt was
you
selling
were
houses.
videotaping the whole thing.
I think it was after then.
there's a
You
strange,
thought it was Matt
strange
videotaping.
phrase.
I know, it was just a strange person.
Stand-in.
All of a sudden, the sheet went over my head.
Just tell her I'm still here. Keep the sheet over. Got to do this closing. So, you said you missed part.
I know it was after he was born.
Oh.
I had to do something.
I was like, part.
No, he was there. He was
What part?
definitely
It wasn't
there.
Caden though, right?
Front
It
hand.
wasn't, it wasn't Carson.
I think you had to finish some stuff. Being totally real, my father, if you ask him, he can tell you who he was doing real estate deals with when both my sister and I were born. Because he just had to like wait outside of the room, kind of. And then he was feeding the phone machine with dimes, making all of it. Yeah, the pay phone.
Phone booth. Or,
The
yeah.
phone
The
booth.
phone machine.
Yeah, and
phone
he was keeping
It's like a
himself
travel
busy
machine,
by
but it's not.
working. So if you went and asked him, he probably could tell you the name of the people that he sold the house to when we were
That's
born.
impressive.
Core memory.
Never
Yeah.
stop working.
So my father and my husband, similar.
It's always
made me,
there.
Yeah.
I made
You
you.
crafted him.
Call those people.
Yeah, I'm sure I was right on that. Right after a C-section, I was like, "Oh, close the deal, babe. Close the deal. I'm not in massive pain."
Well, Caden's first closing, he wasn't that old.
No.
2 months maybe.
My God. Going into labor,
Caden's been at more
negotiating
closings
a
than you have.
contract at the same time.
No contingencies! I said skip the inspection!
Oh, that's funny.
No.
No, yikes.
All right.
All right, bringing it back.
Yeah, where were we?
So another reason why people love real estate is they're able to educate others. So
Indeed. You work with a lot of first-time home buyers. It's just, the way it is, especially in kind of the times that we're in. A lot of people realize that having a house is a gold mine. So they're getting in on that.
Better than crypto.
Better than crypto.
oh boy, watch Jacob's face.
To each their own.
Not going down that rabbit hole. Yeah.
And it's just being able to educate them even a little bit just with the general process is just helps them so much and lets them be prepared for all of these, hiccups that could come. Getting them ready for that prior, just sitting down and having a consultation, showing them the process, smoothes things out so much. So it's educating and it educates myself too. If someone has something that I don't know, digging deep and learning about that provides so much help for the future for me. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. And again, every transaction is never the same. There's always something different. So you're always learning.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
That's always opportunity to share with team members as well.
It's scary, but it's once you learn it, it's so much nicer. And then you can spread that information to other people.
Share the love.
Yeah, I know that's one of the awesome things with the team. Where
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, what about this? Oh, yeah, I just
Boom,
learned
boom.
that. Da, da, da. Yeah, yeah. All right. We also have on here looking at houses. I have a lot of people that I interview, and they're very interested in being able to look at houses.
Yeah.
Was that a draw for you guys?
I enjoy going into, when most people put their house on the market, it looks the best it's ever looked.
That's the
That is
truth.
a true fact.
The real question should be, do you guys watch HGTV house hunting or anything
All
like
the
that?
time.
Really?
Really?
More often than I did. Yeah.
Really?
I actually physically convulse when I see those.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, doesn't
Do you
your
watch?
brain
Do you
need
watch
like a
Selling
break?
Sunset, Matt?
No. I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah,
It's on Netflix.
it's on Netflix.
It pops up like I should watch it, but I haven't made myself
What
watch
is
it.
Very expensive homes in
Oh.
Miami and stuff like that. It's interesting.
We'll watch it at our next sales
Yeah.
meeting.
We're plugging everything in the podcast right
Yeah,
now.
we got it all. Put it in your hashtag, Selling Sunset. Okay.
Should we just include sunsets in all our listings? Like talk about the sunset.
Faces north.
It faces north.
The sunset from the left
When
side.
you go
garage.
out to the side of your house and stand on a ladder, go.
Sunset's amazing. Yep.
Yeah. Problem solving, another big thing. I know that for me, I love being a fixer and I love problem solving. I think some people that is a part of real estate that maybe they're like, oh, that's hard. But I love that part. I dig into it.
Yeah, I mean, being able to, the instant gratification of having someone be like, okay, yeah, I understand that a lot better now. Or, okay, that makes sense. Let's move forward with this in mind. After I explain something to them, huge. So nice. Gratifying, like I said. Yeah, it pays to educate.
Yeah, and many transactions you have hurdles. You're stopped. How do we get around that hurdle? I do enjoy finding the way around that hurdle. I don't like no.
Yeah.
It's like that's a maybe is what I'm hearing.
Right. So how to get to the finish line when a hurdle comes up, that's I do enjoy the challenge of that.
Yeah, you both are really good at that. Dalton,
Yes.
dressing to impress.
You know, this one sticks deep home for me.
Hits home?
It hits home. Thank you.
Does it stick home?
It does both, to be
Sticks
honest.
him.
It does a little bit of
Hits-
both.
It hits and sticks.
I like to make my own sayings. I love to be able to dress good. It makes walking up to a house, I feel like someone looking at you and you're dressed nice and you're dressed to impress and you feel good. My personal self, I feel like I'm more confident in myself. And finding, not gonna lie, one of the job, requirements, one of the things that I was looking for in a job was being able to dress nice and look the best that I could at any given day if I wanted to. And it checks all those boxes. And, I feel like it helps myself in my confidence when I go up to houses and go up to tours and talk to people. And I also think that people get more confident in me when I'm dressed nicely, when I'm dressed in a suit or when I'm dressed in a blazer. People feel that this person takes me seriously and they're not, I'm not just there for a 15-minute tour or just to, to have this conversation and leave. I want you to take me seriously. And I want you to know that I am serious about this interaction. So, yeah.
Cool. Catherine, decorating ideas.
HGTV.
All comes back.
Again, as you go into these beautifully staged houses.
It's
yeah,
great.
I've gotten plenty of ideas from the houses I've gone in, and from the way they have, the
Fruit on the counter.
their
Yeah.
what's that?
The fruit on the counter.
The fruit on the
Fruit
counter.
focal point on the
Put-
It
counter.
has to be
Even-
oranges.
counter.
Even the way they've got furniture placed, I'm like, oh, that would work in my house,
Yeah, it's like, let me
Or
steal
the back
that.
patio. I love, two favorite rooms in my house, the kitchen and outdoor space.
You can smell
Yeah.
the fresh rain.
Yes.
I'm a sucker for the 3 seasons. So anytime I see a 3-season porch, I always gush
What
over
three
it.
seasons?
The ones that don't include winter, I would say.
Yeah, that. So with real estate, there is the room for personal growth.
Get taller.
Yeah.
That's a touchy subject.
I've been growing a different way.
Yeah. More
Yeah.
vertical, less horizontal. I sorry, what was the question?
Personal growth.
Personal growth was one of the reasons why people love real estate, that you can just kind of keep, growing and
Yeah.
pushing
think
into
there-
what you want to do.
I think there's some tough situations that you come across, and you try and figure out how to work around them. And
But I think that
you've
goes
got
back
to
to
dig deep.
goes back to the training and the learning and the
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
You dig deep, and I think it can bring out the best in you and abilities, and as well as characteristics you didn't know you had.
You can decide between apples and oranges.
Exactly. That's not
Maybe.
an easy thing
Maybe.
to do.
That's what you can do. Yep.
Hetty said strawberries.
Yeah, I totally would have gone for strawberries. Like,
No, not an option.
Not comparable.
No,
that,
But I didn't get that option.
we don't learn much about people if that's on the options.
it's like, well, apples are red and I like strawberries and they're red.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
No.
All right. And then, of course, there is the unlimited income potential with real estate.
Mm-hmm. This really comes back to the what you put in, you get out. So much of it relies on your personal business, your personal self, getting those extra hours in, waking up early, spending those hours, staying up late, writing offers. It really comes down to how much effort you want to put into it, and that directly reflects how much income you have, and that's amazing. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
And I think you've said it, one of you have said it, when it's easy, like when you've got an accepted offer, for a client, kind of take your pedal off, or your foot off the pedal.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you take your foot off the pedal, you're
3 months later, you're broke.
Yep.
That's how real estate works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just got to keep working
hustle,
at
yep.
it, keep working at it. And you've got plenty of opportunity out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You can make it. I mean, you get into a little bit of a pattern, but that pattern is so all over the place with what happens inside. I spend every morning calling people, so that is a pattern, but those calls are never the same. And what happens after those calls are always different. So it's, finding that pattern and, getting comfortable with everything is one thing, but just being able to get jiggy with it after the fact is a whole nother.
We'll just say get in the groove.
I'm going to stick with jiggy.
Jiggy.
Yeah.
Getting jiggy.
Yeah.
And then I know we all really enjoy the team concept.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of pulling that into the love of real estate, what would you say about that?
I love our team.
I would cry over our team.
Yeah, I know.
We'll pretend that's a good cry.
It is a good cry. Yeah.
No, it's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
We're all so supportive of
So-
each other, and we learn from each other and step up to the plate when needed.
Get jiggy with
Life goes
Get jiggy with
on.
it.
Life goes on, and real estate goes on, and unfortunately, sometimes they collide. And to have a team member to be able to fill in for you is phenomenal. And there's no shortage of team members on this team that are
That'll help.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has such big strive and just ton of emphasis on being able to, improve themselves and improve others. Anytime that I walk into the office, there's a meaningful and informational conversation occurring.
I know we're like, come into the office.
Yes.
You'll learn
Yes.
a lot.
You will.
Like,
Agreed.
don't stay at home.
Anybody's
Come in.
welcome.
Yes, for
So
real.
we get to learn from everybody's situations.
It's amazing to me
Yeah.
how over the years it's changed so much now that the team that we have now is more like a family, that there's joking and prodding
Oh,
and
yeah.
teasing that you've heard some of that today, but just that kind of thing that goes on during the normal course.
And
of
I
the
think
day.
that's so necessary in building a family
Right.
and just a business and a community, is being able to have that casual conversation. And if it's all business, then you're not really building that relationship as much. So yeah, I mean, on top of informational things every day that I'm always laughing when I'm here.
Yeah. And I have acquired a new son.
Yay.
Oh no.
He's him.
Oh
We
Good.
now have 6 kids.
I was gonna say
Congrats.
he needs a mother.
How many months?
I think this all,
Did this happen in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I think this is how it started.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Sim wanted to stay, I think, a few more days.
He's like, can I fit
Mom
in your
and Dad did not
suitcase,
let him.
Mom?
I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good stuff. Well,
Boy.
there's our reasons to love real estate. That
Such a
wasn't
good
too
list.
hard.
If you like content like this, consider watching some of these other videos, hitting the subscribe button. If you want to know what your house is currently worth, go to hometeamforyou.com and look at the free evaluation tool.